Elves dance. A village set inside a giant fairy ring. A weak kind of magic provides the dwellers with all their hearts could desire. Embarrassingly, most simply wish for peace, happiness, and a long, untroubled life.
That is embarrassing. Also, calling anywhere elf's dance is embarrassing. As a proud fan of dwarves, let's murder some elves. Hello and welcome, my name is Buggerton at BoredGamer.co.uk and this is our retro romp into Dungeon Keeper. It is episode 12, or level 12, and we've got a nice, fun, interesting map for you. We're going to start off by claiming this portal, and I'm going to pick up all of my imps and get them to do, imp-type jobs that aren't just fortifying walls, because that's rubbish. And then I'm going to get them immediately digging out gold. I don't care about fortifying walls or any of that nonsense. I want one of them to claim the portal for me, and the other ones can just dig out gold, preferably in this direction. All of it. Lovely. Now, right, you've got two enemy keepers, both of which have access to gems, here and here. The blue keeper has access to 3 sides of gems, so can accumulate gold faster than the green, because he only has access to 2 sides of gems. We will only have access to 1 in this vein up here, and it's a bit of a long stretch away from the rest of our dungeon, but we do have 2 massive piles of gold. And, according to the message, powerful creatures inhabit a cave south of here. There's a party of heroes between you and them, but if you reach them and convert them to your side before they join the other keepers, you will be unstoppable, unless you do something stupid. So the game is already assessing our brain power and, essentially calling us dullards. So thanks, game. That's very kind of you to say so. We are going to build a library immediately to try and attract warlocks. We're gonna put down the treasure room. In fact, I don't want the treasure room over there. I want the treasure room over here somewhere. I'm going to have our treasure room be here. There's a nice big room. This'll do. Right, I'm going to have a treasure room over there. We want to be fairly hasty with the way in which we deal with this level. I don't like that. There we go. I like that. Something about aesthetics really, really gets to me. So we're going to build a few more imps. That should be enough. They're going to dig through this wall. They're going to dig out a treasure room for over there. We've got a few warlocks. They've joined in on the fun already. We want to get a training room up immediately.
You do not have enough gold.
Yes, we have enough gold. Shush. So why am I not building a bigger treasure room? That's a very good question. I shall. I'm going to build an initial big treasure room here, just to collect the gold on this side of the map. That should be big enough, because I'm immediately going to be building training rooms and such. So we started off with a fairly sizable lair. It does need to get bigger, but now's not the time. We've got beetles and flies joining us already. I don't mind. We can just throw them into the temple later on. A beetle and a fly make Bile Demon and Orc? I'm not sure, I can't remember. Actually, I think it might be a Dark Mistress, which is pretty cool. But a fly and a fly make something cool. A beetle and a fly and a spider, and there's some other combinations. I don't remember them. But this is going to be the big training room. We need somewhere for a hatchery. I'm going to build that near the training room, I think. That can be... This all can be one massive lair. We're dealing with enemies down. We're dealing with 2 enemy keepers, but we've got the heroes at the bottom, so I don't think we're going to worry too much about a graveyard. We're not needing vampires or anything like that, so we won't worry about making more than 1 layer in this level. More than 1 lair. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm never sorry. I'm too much of a dick to be sorry. Now then, we still don't have enough imps. I need more imps to do the tasks, which they are being assigned. Got a new spell, got the bridge spell, that's really useful since there are a lot of tiles in this level that require bridging. That's not true, I'm not sure there are any lava or water tiles in this level. There may be a few, but who cares? Certainly not I. Or maybe I do, just because I'm saying that I don't care. Okay, it looks like...
A new room has been researched.
Looks like we've got a good initial layout. I think we're gonna make our library a bit bigger, just so we can deal with the size of the library for now. And then let's get we're gonna get our flies and beetles training because they level up pretty quickly, and therefore they'll make our warlocks more powerful. And we are going to sell our treasure room. Because we don't need it for now. Of course, that means we're going to run out of gold for training.
You should build a hatchery to feed your minions. You must build a treasure room to store gold.
Yes, that was very close. We nearly did something extremely stupid.
You cannot afford to train creatures.
We cannot afford to train creatures. I don't really want to train creatures at the moment.
A new room has been researched.
I'm not too fussed about that. I'm going to get them to stop digging for a second to claim all the tiles.
You should build a hatchery to feed your minions.
Oh, we don't even have a hatchery yet. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to build that. So the hatchery goes
Food is scarce. Enlarge your
in
hatchery.
here.
Your gold reserves are
We've got
low.
some very hungry creatures at the moment. They're probably quite annoyed.
You cannot afford to train creatures.
I still
You
can't
must
afford to
have
train
enough
creatures.
gold.
This isn't a surprise. We're going to drop gold in there, finish off our hatchery.
Spell has been researched.
We'll expand it later on, and I'm going to make our massive treasure room now. Okay, so we've stopped digging out gold for a second, just so I can build this large treasure room. And because I want to take the gold on the right-hand side of the map first, so we can get through to those gems. Just so we have that unlimited option open to us fairly early on. And then I think what we're going to do is get training some creatures, go and find those lovely creatures down the bottom of the map, and then that'll be hunky-dory. But you wanna have your gold being dug out, if you have the option, dig out your gold closest to where your treasure room is. So I've deliberately built my treasure room all the way over here next to all of this gold. I don't remember what it just told me. Something about a new room has been researched. Lovely. Another bile demon, he can go and train. Another beetle, he can go and train. And what have we got? A spider. Oh, the spider can go and train as well. So they're capped out at 15 creatures actually. That's pretty pathetic. I think we're going to have 25 or something ourselves. Got another bile demon, that's good. That's lovely. We're going to need a bigger lair. So let's increase the size of that immediately. We're going to need a bigger hatchery as well. With the dawn of bile demons arriving in our dungeon. I don't think I have time for a workshop this level because I don't think it's necessary. Once we go down here and we acquire the creatures from whatever this is, we won't care too much for traps. We'll be pretty powerful. We've got creatures training from fairly early on. Yes, I definitely want a barracks. I'm going to build this barracks here to try and attract some orcs. That would be lovely. Definitely want some orcs. Am I going to bother with a prison this level? I think I might. So, it's payday. That's lovely. Let's make this hatchery bigger. We've got plenty of gold, as there is loads of gold on this level. So, I'm just going to build a few more imps. They can get working on that stuff. And then, yeah, expand our library slightly. Because I'm sure it told us that was too small. And there you have it. We've built a pretty big dungeon pretty early on. We've got a horde of imps that are just smashing everything up there. And yeah, there we go. They've claimed all of this room. Going to turn it all into a hatchery. Nicey McNice. Okay, we got some idle creatures. You need to go and train. Hey. This training room isn't big enough. We want everything training. So we'll smash down those doors, smash down those walls. We've got to a bit where this is pretty narrow, so only a few imps are going to be able to dig it out at any one time. Same from both sides here, so they should start concentrating on other jobs, which is nice. And then once they've got all the way through there, we'll dig out this gold in here. We'll get all the way through to here, and then we'll stop, and then we can maybe have a ruckus with the enemy. Not before going and visiting the enemy heroes down the bottom, down south. So, warlocks, what are you doing? Let's speed you up. Because I want us to research the temple as soon as possible.
A new spell has been researched.
We've got a couple of orcs as well. Lovely. A new spell. We've got Cave In. I think Temple should be one of the next few on the list. 9 demon spawns. I'm not sure we want that many. I don't think the demon spawns are going to level up quickly enough to turn into dragons this level. But they are still, nonetheless, fairly powerful creatures. You know, it'll be much later in the game that we end up throwing away demon spawn, I think. We may have done it in previous levels just because it wasn't what we wanted, but we have a numbers advantage in this level. We get 30 maximum creatures, they only get 15 each. So, I'm alright with that. Okay, I'm going to build our prison here. I want to build it fairly close to... Alright, so we got the prison and we got the torch chamber. I'm going to get the prison built. I'm going to get the torch chamber built next to it so we can attract dark mistresses. I can't remember who skeletons don't get along with, but I think it's heroes, so I think we're all right. And there we go. Yeah, so we'll have most of our imps. We'll be dealing with. Oh wow, imps are really expensive now.
A new spell has been researched.
We've got most of the way down through the gold, so most of our imps are able to deal with anything we ask them to do, anything and everything. So we'll have the torch chamber there. We'll build the temple over here. Temple doesn't need to be very big. Just a nice 5x5 room. That'll be lovely. And yeah, no point in the workshop. I don't think we care about the scavenger room either. Scavenger rooms are really cheeky. I didn't explain exactly what they do. You place a creature in the scavenger room, and it costs money, and it starts scavenging enemy creatures. And so if I put a warlock in there, it'll try to steal a warlock from our enemy, and eventually it'll succeed. The higher level the creature that you put in, the more powerful his scavenging becomes. And the only way to protect against scavenging is to have a temple and put a creature in there. If you put one creature in there, that creature becomes protected from scavenging and protects 2 other creatures of its same type from scavenging. It's not something the enemy does a huge amount. They don't tend to build many scavenger rooms, so it's not something to worry about too much. But if they do start to scavenge creatures, you'll see a little scavenger icon appear over their head, and the best thing to do is to put them in the temple. The temple that we now have. Success. So, we're going to get rid of all of our imps and replace them with cheap ones.
A new spell has been
In fact, we're going to drop them in the treasury first to make sure that they drop off all their gold. Pick them up again. Chuck them out. Get rid of them.
The gods are pleased with your sacrifice.
And there we go.
The gods are pleased with your sacrifice.
Yeah, we're not actually going to be able to go back up all the way to the same number because we've run out of gold. So I'm going to have to get our imps digging out more gold again. But you know, that's fine. So we can't afford to train creatures, but we shall nonetheless make do. Let's hope we don't have a payday soon. We have a payday soon. That's not good news. We're going to get them to permanently dig
Your
out this
creatures are
stuff.
fighting amongst themselves.
Who is fighting amongst themselves? The spider and the fly. Right, so we have one spider. We have a dragon. Oh, where did the dragon come from? I don't know. I don't care, but it's now training. So, spider and the fly. I don't know why she swallowed fly. Perhaps she'll die. So, a level 3 spider and a level 4... level 4 spider and a level 3 fly equals one level 4 warlock, by the looks of things. Yes, lovely. Now then, we're going to pick up spiders and beetles. And what happens when we put a spider, a fly and a beetle in the temple? We get... I don't know, what just happened?
The gods have rewarded your offering. A new spell has been
I don't remember that what that gives us.
Forge trained creatures. The gods are pleased with your sacrifice.
Oh well. We don't want the beetles anyway. Let's see what happens
Gods
when...
have rewarded your offering. The gods are pleased with your sacrifice.
No idea whatsoever what we have acquired from dropping those beetles and flies in there. But we didn't want them anyway. So, yeah. Yabu sucks. Dragons, you can go into training. Warlocks, you can go into training. And... I mean, we've only got a few things left to research. But I think we're kind of good. Yeah, you can build your home, and then you can go and train. And then we're going to destroy the enemy. I think this is the point at which... Yeah, it looks like we've got a multitude of decently leveled creatures now. So I'm going to get our Call to Arms spell active. And I'm going to get some of our higher level creatures. And we're just going to dig straight down and go and have a look at what is down south. Let's see. Got quite a lot of high level demon spawn. Is that our door? That is our door. I guess we'll just sell that then. I'm going to convert into him.
It is payday.
And I'm just going to claim everything. Okay, so there is the door to the enemy bases. We're not going that way. We're going due south. Which was a show I watched about American Mounties. Canadian Mounties! God, please don't hate me for that, Canadians watching this video. And please don't hate me for that comment, Americans watching this video. So this is the hero door. This is where the heroes are. I'm going to stop digging now, and I'm going to pick you up and get rid of you. You go back to doing whatever it was you were doing. Demon spawn! Let's go and murder these heroes. I'm only taking the demon spawn because I don't think we need anything else than that. These enemy heroes shouldn't be particularly high level, so our demon spawn should be able to dispatch them with no problem whatsoever. And I'm going to turn on prison mode because we have hit our creature cap, and I want prisoners. Right, this isn't good. We've only got a couple of demon spawns fighting at the moment. Oh, there we go. We do have a Dark Mistress.
Your creatures are under attack.
No, don't run away. Yeah! Battle!
Your creatures are attacking.
Let battle commence.
Minions are winning a battle.
So this is what we were after. Decent ruckus.
Your minions are winning a battle.
And
Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning
got a few warlocks that can join in on the fight. We've got some dragons that will join in on the fight. In fact, we'll get everything joining in on the fight. Oh wow, those orcs are really high level already. So, I'm going to build a few more imps. I want to get loads of imps carrying all these corpses. Get them into our prisons. So they're carrying them all the way up there. And then I'm going to pick up and transfer our warlocks back to our library. The dragons can go back to the library as well.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Who is left? Who has fallen in battle?
A new room has been researched.
Okay, it's just the warlocks being pissed off at imps.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Still. So we've got a lot of creatures in here. we're maxed out on our cap. We don't really want any of these creatures, so we're going to quite happily let them die and turn into skeletons. I think that's what we're after. So we're going to get our bile demons to get back in the training room. Our dragons are researching. Our demon spawn go there by default, as do the orcs. The dark mistress, I think she's training. That's lovely.
New spell has been researched. There is nothing left to research.
And that's it. We've researched everything. There doesn't seem to be anything shiny and new on this level. So we shall get our very bored dragons back into training. We shall get our very bored warlocks into training. And that's it. That's our level cap. We aren't sacrificing anything. We are waiting for the skeletons to die, and we are going to get an imp. Drop him here. And smash through this wall and see what happens on the other side. That is a wall that we cannot dig through. What is the best way around? Looks like there are some walls around here. Let's go this way. There's someone taunting me, but I think that's a bit in vain, because we're going to kick the absolute living crap out of them eventually. And what do we have here? Oh, it's a graveyard and some vampires. We've seen these before. We didn't want vampires. They're just gonna make everyone really angry. Right, I'm putting a lair down here for vampires. God damn it. You three. You live down here. Here's a special training room for you.
Your gold reserves are running low.
There you go.
You cannot afford
Lovely.
to train creatures.
How have we run out of gold? We've got gems. What are you doing, imps? Come on. Now, this is a problem. We're running out of gold, and training costs are clearly too high. Our creatures are probably high enough level, so I think, in fact, we're going to sell our training room. We no longer need it. We don't have enough gold at the moment. If we do get enough gold, we can build our training room again and finish off well, we won't need it, because surely all of our creatures are high enough level that they can deal with not having a training room. In fact, we're going to have to sell that one down there before the warlocks come and join in the silly nonsense and start murdering my silly little vampires. Silly little vampires that are already level whatever it was. 2. Okay, let's get selling this stuff. Nope, no training for you. No training, no training. Nope, no. Okay, so that's no training room left.
Prisoner has died and risen as a skeleton.
And we've got prisoners that are dying and rising as skeletons.
Your creatures
Kind of
are fighting
annoying,
amongst themselves.
because I would... Oh no, it's bile demons and skeletons that don't get along. So skeletons we're going to have to stick in our new lair down here as well. It's going to make this lair nice and big.
Your creatures are fighting amongst themselves.
Bye, bile demons. Nope. None of you need to be here. I know that you really want to train, but now's not the time. Just go and sit in your lair. Lovely. So we're going to build this lair nice and big, and I'm going to get
Died and risen as a skeleton.
all of my skeletons to come and live down here.
Your creatures are fighting amongst themselves. Your creatures are falling in battle.
So we're going to end up with quite a few skeletons. Oh, no, that's not what we wanted to do. I want to put him up there. We want all of our skeletons living down here.
A prisoner has died and risen as a skeleton.
3 prisoners have died and risen
Your
as
creatures are
skeletons.
fighting amongst themselves. Your creatures are fighting amongst themselves.
Probably plenty.
Decorate the docks of my domain.
So we're up to 42 creatures because of the skeletons and all of that shiz. The skeletons and the... what's it called? So we're going to hammer down this door, and we're going to go and visit our local
Your
neighbour.
creatures are fighting amongst themselves.
Well, stop fighting
Your
amongst
creatures are
yourselves.
fighting amongst themselves. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
We're going to drop our skeletons down here. We're going to drop our vampires down here. They shouldn't fight each other when they're in a call to arms spell. And I think, what have we got left? Loads of bile demons. Loads of demon spawn. And a few warlocks. This is a huge army. Loads of projectile spells. And we are slowly going to advance down the way into the enemy dungeon heart, which is directly in this direction. So, you see this mass, this horde of creatures, and we're proceeding down here, and this is the enemy dungeon heart. They're going to throw everything they can at us. It's not going to be enough. Their creatures are up there, and they're not even contesting this because our army is too large. Here they come. But it's too late. There's nothing they can do. We have too many spells, too many high-level creatures. It's just a walkover. So that's pretty much how you do this level. I can't imagine our green opponents are going to be any tougher. I'm going to, in fact, turn off Call to Arms, so as soon as they finish, they can all go and get paid. But that's the dungeon heart destroyed.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
These are no longer enemies. They are just leaving.
Your creatures are under attack.
They are up and leaving. That's done. One keeper defeated, and an infinite supply of gems acquired. Fantastic. Our imps, with little else to do, will dig their way through the rest of the map. So yeah, we're going to claim all their rooms, we're going to claim all their stuff, and that's just going to make things even more embarrassing for our opponents. And then once everyone has gone and got paid, so we still had prison mode on, so our imps are dragging back the corpses of downed opponents. Of course, some of them died from too much damage. But that means we're just going to get even more. We're up to 46 creatures. That's ridiculous. So, you know, just to make things interesting, let's drop them in the torture chamber. This is what happens in the torture chamber. Now, if they die whilst they're in the torture chamber, because they will take periodic damage, they will most likely turn into a ghost. If they have a do not die, then I've explained in a previous video what happens, but I've never actually shown you me torturing creatures. If they don't die, then you either acquire them or you acquire information from them. Now, we've killed their dungeon heart, so the information is irrelevant. They don't know any more of the map than we do, as we are claiming all the tiles that they had. But there you go. An enemy has been converted to your cause. One of the imps. It didn't take much punishment before it converted. Even if you heal them to full health, they may still die and return as ghosts, but they might not, so we'll see.
You have claimed an enemy room.
Now then, the last thing to do, seeing as all of my creatures have gone back and got paid, is... oh, look at that. We have lots of money now. We are going to attack the other enemy keeper with our horde of skeletons. Of course, when we've got a graveyard, so we've got more vampires. Now then, let's see if the enemy provides a decent amount of resistance this time. I don't think it will. Gonna claim stuff in all three directions. There we go, there's enemy imps. Okay, and they actually do seem to be a decent level. So we're winning the battle, and we don't even have most of our proper fearsome creatures there yet. Bit embarrassing for the enemy. We are going to drop the hammer. The call to arms spell has been dropped, so we are just going to go for the win. In come our spellcasters. In come the rest of our creatures, and that should be pretty much everyone. We're going to continue advancing our call to arms spell, and we're just going to go straight for their dungeon heart, which is down here.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are under attack. Your
Look at
minions
them.
are winning a battle.
Look at them destroy
Your minions
everything.
are winning a battle.
Oh, isn't this wonderful? And we've got an orc right out in the front lines, and he's just killing everyone. That's good fun, isn't it? So we downed many of them. We're putting lots of them in our prison up here, or the imps are slowly dragging their bodies back.
You have claimed an enemy room.
Too good, Keeper.
A door has been manufactured. You have defeated an enemy. You have claimed an enemy room.
There you go. You have conquered this realm? Surely? I defeated both enemy keepers. How have I not conquered this realm?
You have claimed an enemy room.
What does it say? Powerful creatures inhabit. Why haven't I conquered this realm?
Claimed.
I've murdered them all. Surely that's game. Oh, I need to cancel that spell. So what is it that I haven't done?
You have claimed an enemy room.
Intriguing.
A trap has been manufactured.
I've gone down to the bottom. Maybe I need to visit here. I'm imagining this will be the transfer creature for this level. And if it isn't, I'm very confused as to what I'm waiting for.
You have claimed
Because
an
I'm
enemy
pretty
room.
confident that I've finished. Let's find out what's over there.
You have claimed an enemy room.
You may be as baffled as I, but there's certainly no challenge remaining on this level. Everything is defeated, everything is won. What am I left to do? Maybe I just need to kill off the last of their creatures. So I'll pick them up and drop them in my torture chamber.
You have claimed an enemy room. You have tunneled into a new area. Your creatures are under attack.
I think that's all of the enemy creatures. Oh, there we go! There's a horde of prisoners. There's a horde of heroes down there that I didn't even notice. Well, my orcs can deal with them, and deal with them they shall swiftly.
Enemy. A torture victim has died and returned as a ghost. Your minions
So it looks like there was another hidden group of assailants
Your minions are
I needed to vanquish before the level was won.
claimed an enemy room.
You are my level 7 dude. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to use haste. I'm going to use armor.
You have
And
claimed an enemy room.
I think there was another couple of dudes in here.
You have claimed an enemy room. Your minions are winning a battle.
Yep.
Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
Simple enough. In fact, we're going to turn off in prison. We don't need that anymore.
Enemy room. An enemy has been converted to your cause. You have claimed an enemy room.
Gonna hopefully go and pick up that corpse right there. Lovely. Yes. No. That's not right.
A trap has been manufactured. You have claimed an enemy room.
Now, it seems that we have acquired a new thing, a new trap. Your manufacturers have crafted the lava trap.
You have tunneled into a new area.
That's not as much information as you could have given. Lava traps are kind of
Has been
dickish.
converted to your
Um,
cause.
Why aren't you taking them back to the prison? Is it because I turned in prison off? Maybe if I turn it back on. There we go. Fixed it.
A door has been manufactured.
Okay, so they're taking people into prisons and all of that jazz.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
And there we go.
It is payday.
There's
Your
an increased
minions are
level.
winning a battle.
That's pretty hideous.
Your minions are winning a battle.
All right, some of the prisoners have been left there too long and they're just getting up.
Minions are winning
But
a battle.
the imps can easily just turn around and murder all of them. So that's no problem. We found the transfer creature, and imp is currently dragging it back to one of the libraries. He found
Your
it here,
creatures are attacking the
presumably.
enemy. You have claimed an enemy room.
But we are simply going to kill
Your
anything
minions
left.
Are winning a battle.
Any of the heroes remaining. Just going to right-click on them, slap them
An
dead,
enemy has been converted to your cause.
and these are the last heroes.
You have conquered this realm.
There we go. We have overcome all resistance, and it's time to flex the old misery muscle on the pathetic inhabitants of the land above. Misery muscle sounds really wrong, computer game.
Manufactured.
You didn't think about euphemisms back in your day, did you? Or maybe they did, and that's just really clever. There you are! It's all turned red. Red to mean something. Hooray! Success! The land is mine. We found 2 dungeon specials, the increased level, the transfer creature. We found the vampires at the bottom of the map. We found the heroes. We had gems. The enemy had gems. The enemy had high-level creatures, but we were just better. You saw me absolutely smash the population cap. We've got 48 creatures. We're only meant to have a maximum of 30. We abused the temple into turning some of our less desirable creatures into more powerful ones. We made some rewarding effects in the temple that we didn't even know what it was, because, you know, we're hardcore. Cool. Whatever. Check us out in episode 13.
Karna Forge. The fairy ring lies smashed, and the folk have fled to the hills. Our vampires are out hunting them down as we speak. Rest assured, we will be dragging them back soon, my lord.
Yeah, screw those elves.